So the funny thing is, I had almost completely forgotten about Echoes of Wisdom's existence until somebody in my comment section brought it up. And what's strange to me about that is that it's actually a pretty good game. But when it comes to online Zelda discourse, and aside from making YouTube videos, I watch a lot of them, a lot of different creators, I rarely, if ever, hear Echoes of Wisdom brought up. I think it was, following the release of the game, it was in the discourse, a lot of people were talking about it for about a month. And then it just completely dropped off. So in today's video, I kind of want to talk about why that is and why Echoes of Wisdom, in my opinion, while it's actually a pretty fun game, it didn't stick with me, right? And I think I've come up with a few reasons as to why that. And the first reason I want to talk about is the game is it's consistently good, but it's never excellent in the way that Ocarina of Time and Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword are, right? Like, when you think about it, I can't think of one moment or one dungeon in the game that really stands out. If you asked me to name any of the dungeons in the game, I could probably only really think of one. I don't remember the name of it. And that's the hot and cold one when you're up on the mountain. Most of the dungeons in this game are completely escaping me. It didn't have and when you think about Ocarina of Time, all of those dungeons pretty much stuck with you for the rest of your life as soon as you played that game. You weren't forgetting any of these memorable dungeons, right? You're not forgetting Jabu Jabu's Belly. You're not forgetting Shadow Temple, Forest Temple, stuff like that. None of the dungeons in Echoes of Wisdom, while they were nice, kind of like a return to form to classic Zelda dungeons, only one of them really stood out for me. And that's saying a lot. And I don't know, maybe it was the art style, but there was no moment in the game that had any kind of emotional weight. When you think about it, like Ocarina of Time, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom even, Majora's Mask, they're packed with moments that stick with you, that stand the test of time. And I can't think of one moment despite it being a good game, I can't think of one moment in Echoes of Wisdom that stuck with me. None of it did, which is crazy because the game it's pretty good. Like, it was a fun game. Next, I want to talk about the mechanics. They tried something completely new with this game. You're Zelda as the main protagonist, which is a really cool idea. It's cool that they did that and gave Zelda the spotlight for once. But the mechanic, the summon mechanic, it kind of, with a lot of games, it got boiled down to you using maybe one or two summons and to get through most of the game. I think that's where the problem lies. I think it had a lot of potential with puzzle solving and creativity, right? You could just spawn certain things and jump on them. But you would only spawn really a few enemies for combat that were the most optimal. And you had a huge index of summons you could use, but I only used probably about 5 of them, to be honest with you. So again, the mechanics, while they were kind of fresh and interesting, they didn't really, using other monsters for combat, they didn't really stick landing with it. I don't think anyways. Right. And the next piece I want to talk about is the soundtrack. There's not one track in the entire game that I can recall off the top of my head. And that's kind of a problem because with Zelda, it's known for its music, right? Even when you think about Ocarina of Time, the music, it carries, right? Like, the rest of the game is good, but the music, if Ocarina of Time had bad music, it would not be regarded as a masterpiece that it is. Even though the game's still excellent, don't get me wrong, don't shoot me for this, but I think music in a Zelda game is one of the most important things, right? Every Zelda game is known for just producing bangers that last generations, are used in memes, and they just stand the test of time. With Echoes of Wisdom, I feel like they didn't really try that hard with the music. I don't even remember the overworld thing. None of the music in the game was memorable whatsoever. Despite it being a good game, I think the music was pretty ambient from what I recall. I need to go back and replay it, because I played it once when it originally came out, and then I kind of never touched it again. So, music, another thing. A Zelda game has to have great music. They live and die by, 1, their music, and 2, the dungeon designs, the puzzles, and the enemies. And I think Echoes of Wisdom was lacking one of the core elements of what makes a Zelda game great. So I'm going to talk about the setting. They kind of pseudo-reused A Link to the Past world. I mean, they did reuse A Link to the Past world, but they made a bunch of changes to it. Which would be fine, but this is a world we've already been to, this is what? So we had A Link to the Past, then we had A Link Between Worlds, and now we have this. So this is our 3rd time returning to the same version of Hyrule, which is crazy. I mean, it's a good version of Hyrule, it's one of the best, but imagine if they returned to the Breath of the Wild Hyrule 3 times, just how tired people would be of that version of Hyrule. And can you really blame them? I mean, they could have done something completely new, honestly. But also going into the setting is the characters. I don't think there were any characters that had a huge range of emotional depth. And none of them really stick out in my head. I mean, I'm hard pressed, besides like the King, Zelda, Link, the King's right hand man. I'm hard pressed to think about, who the characters in Echoes of Wisdom actually were. Like, none of them, they were so forgettable, right? To be honest with you. When you compare this to games like Ocarina of Majora's Mask, it's a stark contrast. The characters in those games just pop. They're vibrant. They're full of life and personality. Whereas the ones in Echoes of Wisdom, at least for me, maybe some people liked them. I don't know. They just they fell flat. So, and that brings me to the art style. I think the art style has a big part to play in this. I think it works it kind of worked for, Link's Awakening remake. And for this one, I don't think it was the best choice. I think, with this art style, the chibi kind of toy-like art style they use, it makes it harder to really display emotions and make characters memorable and impactful. You can definitely do it. But I think the art style holds the game back, in my opinion. And it's hard to say which is better between Link's Awakening and this one. I would have to go with Link's Awakening by far, because, it used the art style, but at least the story was impactful. It was dark, mysterious, and, kind of deep and philosophical, which is something I really enjoy. The story of Echoes of Wisdom, I can't really, I don't even remember. I don't even remember the antagonist or what his plan was or why Link was imprisoned. So yeah, this might look bad on me. I'm just being real. This is a raw one take, one shot video of me discussing the game. I probably need to go back and do some more homework and play through Echoes of Wisdom again, and I'm going to do that. But I'm just going off my initial impressions. I just don't remember a whole lot of it. It didn't stick with me whatsoever. It was like, it went in one end and came right out the other. I don't recall half of what was in the game, to be honest with you. And that's sad because it just came out in 2024, right? Usually Zelda games have a lot more sticking power than that. I know a lot of people out there did enjoy it. Hell, I enjoyed the game, right? I thought it was good. I just didn't think it was excellent or very memorable. So there's that. I think the story just played it too safe. There weren't that many wow moments in the game, and that kind of holds it back for me. It's just not a game that's going to stand the test of time. As something people often call back to, such as games like, Link's Awakening, right? It's kind of sister game, and they use the same art style and engine. So anyways, guys, these have been my thoughts on Echoes of Wisdom. I'm really curious to hear your take. Do you love Echoes of Wisdom? Is it one of your favorite Zelda games? Do you remember anything from the game? I can't be the only one that just barely recalls anything from it. Let me know what your opinion on Echoes of Wisdom is. My take is that it's a good game. It's a fun game. They did some fresh things, which is nice. But it just didn't have the sticking power that pretty much any other Zelda game had. Besides maybe, oh gosh, I don't know, what's that one? Triforce Heroes? That was probably, even worse. But anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subs by the end of the summer, and I really need your guys' support. I'd like to get monetized before Ocarina of Time comes out. That would be amazing. Thank you for all the new subs. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I love to hear from you. So let's talk Zelda down in the comments. And until next time, this has been Matt from Top Tier. I'm out. Bye.